And I'm back, and what we're doing here today is we're removing some engines. There's a fella coming to get them. These are 3-liter engines, V6s, and they're both out of 2004 Ford Escapes or the 2004 Mazda Tribute. They're the same engine. So yeah, I've had them here. It's part of a longer story, but if you look up here in the top of the video, some recommended videos where I've worked on these 2004 Escapes previously, a couple of years ago. And so anyway, their time has come. There was a fella interested in the transmissions, and you know, the engines are kind of going with it. I just need them out of my yard. So it's a really good deal for him, and it's a good deal for me because I'm never going to be using these. I've tried to sell them, you know, for big money, and now I'm pretty much passing them along to him for small money, a couple $100. Yeah, the whole thing. So it's a good deal for him, even as scrap. You know, as I'm thinking as I'm getting these ready here this morning, just the scrap value of these for the weight is probably, I don't know if it'd be $200, but that's what he's getting them for. So they're going out the door for $200. So I got this little arch over this gate, and this is how I actually got them in here. I put a piece of steel up here, chain block, and it's just enough to lift them. I mean, you know, you couldn't swing it in or out like that. It'd probably break the gate. Yeah, these posts are in concrete. You know, I wouldn't recommend doing this. You know, don't do this at home. This is one of these things that your mother would have warned you not to do. But anyway, so I'll just show you what I got done here. I've just up there. I've just laid a piece of angle iron in there. See that? Got a piece of heavy angle in there. A chain around it and a shackle. I hung a chain block on it. And I got that one lifted up off the pallet. It actually lifted it up effortlessly, you know. So basically the whole idea is he's going to come and I'm going to get him to back, you know, the corner of his tailgate in here, and we can set it on that and slide it into his truck, and we'll do the same for the others. But yeah, the story on this one, this was there was a Ford Escape I got. It was completely rusted out, and that's up here in the recommended videos. So the body was completely rusted out on this 2004 Escape, but the engine was good. So I got it, and I was what I had the idea to do was I had another Ford Escape that had an engine that was the bearings were gone in it. So I was going to do a swap, and it just never got off the ground. Yeah, that didn't happen. There was a reason for that. What was the reason? Oh, the registration. The paperwork for this one, I got this one cheap because the engine was knocking, but I could never get the guy to. After I paid him, I paid him cash, came away with the papers, but there was a mistake in the paperwork, and where I live, you know, they're very fussy about having every, you know, I dotted and T crossed on the paperwork to transfer the ownership, and I couldn't get that accomplished. So what I did was I just put the project aside. I tried for about a year to get the papers transferred into my name. I couldn't get it done. So basically, it was just a parts vehicle at that point. So I got rid of the body. That's up here too in one of my recommended videos. If you just go in there and look at 2004 Escape, you'll see all the different videos with this whole enterprise, I guess you could call it, or fiasco. Not sure what you would like to call it, whatever happened anyway. But there's the parts. These are the this is a CD4E transmission, automatic transmission, and that is identical. So these are the same engine. This is a 3-liter V6 engine, and that's the CD4E automatic transmission, and that's the same assembly. Anyway, I just set them on a pallet here, and they've been here for a couple of years, and it just comes to a point where an engine's older, and what can you do with it, right? And so it's time to move them along, and this guy's got a use for it. I think he's got a friend of his that's sort of disabled, and his vehicle's broken down. It would work as a drop-in, like drop the whole thing in, engine and transmission. And we know that this one was working, and this one ran too. If you go back to that other video, this one ran, but it knocked, and that was the transmission off of it. That's probably a good transmission as well. So I mean, anyways, long story longer, I wanted to show you how I had them hung up there with a chain block. I mean, it was actually, this is how I unloaded them onto the pallet a couple of years ago. Anyhow, whenever he shows up, we'll get these loaded, and we'll show you what that mess looks like. Coming back. We're gonna get you to wait, and I'm gonna lift it a little bit. And there we go. This little chain hoist worked really well. Just back the tailgate under, and then this fella's got them loaded, and they're going to a better home. They're actually going to help a fellow that's I think he's homeless, but he has a vehicle, and the vehicle's broken down, and they wanted some parts, so these are the parts. And 2 engines, 2 transmissions, and they got all the parts they need for that if they can use it. So anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you again here very soon on Everyday Projects. Bye for now.